Hi everyone, I am Akshay and welcome to my channel Gacha Gaming. So, if you were trying to pull for Xilonen and have been one of the lucky people who have gotten her, because I did, I lost my 50-50 and within the next 20 wishes, I got my Xilonen. So, if you are one of those who have Xilonen and you are planning to build for her but are kinda confused what type of build you should give her, so this video is kind of for you. So before getting into a kit, let's just do a basic overview of how Xilonen works. So basically, Xilonen can be used in two ways: one as a DPS and one as a support character. As a DPS, she will require that out of the other three members, she at least have two members which
We
does
should
not
take a
belong
break
to
after all that running around.
either hydro, pyro, cryo, and electro. I mean, all the elements which can be used to create crystallized reaction with Geo. So she needs to make sure that out of the other three team members, two of them should not belong to the elements which can be reacted to
Ow!
give out crystallized reaction. And similarly, if you want to play her as a support character, two out of those three other team members obviously should belong to either Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, or Electro elements. And depending upon those team members, her kit changes. So let's start with her DPS capability. In herself, you can try Shilonen, but she is not that big of a boost if you try to play her in a defense capability, in a DPS capability. Uh, she will get a 30% damage boost to her normal attacks. If, as you can see here, and yep, sampler. When the carries, it was just around here. It's in her elemental skill, or I think it's in her kit actually. Yep. If Shilolan has fewer than two source sampler basically means that the samplers must belong to those elements. So if she does not have at least two other elements, she will have increased normal and plunging attack damage by 30%. I mean, it is kind of good, but not that S tier that you would like to play her in DPS capability, because her support is literally off the charts. So let's combine Chilolen's team. Let's put two of the elements that belong to those elements. I am using Panet and Shangling here. So you get two of those elements, and with that, you give her the four-piece scroll of the Hero of Cinder City artifact. What does that artifact set does? It provides an 40% damage bonus to the element which Shilonen to a crystallized reaction with when in Night Soul point, when in Night Soul position, and it carries on to the entire team. And it can also be done multiple ways if you are able to create crystallize with two elements. Like as you can see here, currently Shangling have 0% pyro damage bonus and 0% geo damage bonus. If I
Adventure
just
time!
go on and let me find an enemy somewhere. Ah, yeah.
Adventure time!
So firstly, I will apply the pyro element, and
Let's do
after
this
that,
then!
I created crystallize with Shilolen, and now you can see Shangling have gotten 40% pyro damage bonus and 40% geo damage bonus, and the same boost applies to the entire team. 40% pyro damage bonus, 86% geo damage bonus. So that's how you play her in a support capability, and also with her elemental skill, depending upon her elemental skill talent level. At level 7, she provides 27% elemental resistance. So all the samplers, if you have pyro, hydro, so when she completes her night soul transformation, I mean, she gets the. I will tell you what it is. So as you can see, as soon as I click her,
It's time
uh,
to sleep.
I'm not trying to fight you guys. They can be so irritating.
All right.
So yeah, as you can see, as soon as I take her in the Night Soul point, you can see in her samplers in the left hand side, you see one Geo and two red colors. Those red colors actually specify the pyro elements in the team. So if I replace, let's say in the team, allow me to replace Shangling with Furina.
I knew you'd miss me.
So now those samplers become Geo, Pyro, and Hydro. So and if I deal damage to opponents when in the Night Soul position, and I have two elements other than Geo or Anemo or Dendro, you can see my Night Soul point will rise, and when it is full, the sampler will get active, and you can see the reduction sign on the enemy, showing that enemy's resistance for those three elements are down, and the quantity they are down for are affected by her elemental skill level. So at level 7, you get a 27% elemental resistance decrease. It decreases 3% in every level. As you can see, at level 8, it will become 30%. So it changes 3%. So you can get a maximum of 36% at level 10. But yeah, so that's all the basic things that you need to build for Shinonen. Now next comes her weapon. So what type of weapon should you use for Shinonen? Well, uh, if I were to talk about her weapon, if you plan to play Shilonen in a Furina based team, you can use any ER weapon. I'm using Sapwood Blade at it provides me 130% ER because Purina will drain HP of your characters. Uh, when using her elemental burst, when the samplers are obviously different, we have other elements. So she will also heal the team. So you will like to
How many
get
fortunes can I?
as much of you can say energy recharge possible. So you can try ER weapon. But if you are not playing her in a Furina team, then it's just simple.
Let's see.
What you just need to do is just go to the crafting bench in Natlan. Uh, there it is. Go to the crafting bench in Natlan, and you would buy a weapon. That weapon will be this diagram flute of Aspitzel. What is it? It will give you the blueprint of a weapon that is of defense. So you need to give her as much as defense as possible if you are not playing her in a Furina team. That's simple. You just craft, you get the blueprint, and you can ask this man to even forge that weapon for you. Uh, Here, I don't have the required elements for that, but you can ask the character, the person, to make this for you. You get around nearly 66% of defense from this weapon, and even on using elemental skill, you get a defense increase of 16%. So this weapon can be your go-to weapon if you are planning to play her in a Furina team. You get a lot of defense, and even if you plan to play her in a Furina team, you can use this weapon, and you can go for you can say energy recharge sands in her artifacts. Yeah, that's all. If you want the stats, what stats you should focus on. So for Shilonen, anything above 2000 defense is okay. She gives you around 4 to 5000 heal, even at let's say talent level 5 with her elemental burst. You can try to go for above 3000 if you really want to get her healing capability. But other than that, all she needs is just an scroll of the hero Cinder City 4 piece. Plus, you can increase her talent level, her elemental skill level as much as possible. And now let's talk about the team compositions, if it in. So if you want some ideas for her team, what you need is
All right.
okay.
After you.
So you need one Shilonen. Other than that, you can use two of any element, any element that belongs to Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, or Electro. And yep, that's all. If you can also play her in a Navia team, like you get one Chilonen, the other character is
The spin is on the case.
Navia, and the next two positions can easily be filled by any character that can provide attack buff to or attack or you can say damage bonus buff to Navia that belongs to either Hydro, Pyro, Electro, or Cryo. So let's say we use this team.
It is as the stars foretold.
So this will enable Shinonen to not only provide buff to Navia, but it will also provide buff to Furina and Mona for their off-field or sub-DPS capabilities, as it will buff the damage bonus of every character. And if she will do a crystallized reaction with Hydro on any element, she will provide a 40% damage bonus plus a 30, up to a 36% damage reduction on enemies of these elements. You can also replace Mona with, let's say,
Gonna be
Bennett,
epic.
and her kit will still be amazing or will still work. You can try different combinations depending on what type of character you would like to play.
This is destiny.
I don't currently have Zhongli, so you can also play that. Let's say you replace Navia with Zhongli. I'm using Geo
Just
MC
what will
just
we
for
come across
reference.
this time?
Let's say you get here Arlecchino
This will be a productive partnership,
and
I hope.
you get here
I
Bennett.
won't hold you back.
So this team will
Much.
also provide you a lot of, you can say, buffs to your Arlecchino. She will get attack buff from Bennett, damage reduction and damage bonus from Shilonen. And if you have Zhongli, it will also provide you with damage reduction and resistance down of enemies. You can also use, you can say, Kazuha in place of Zhongli, and it will still be a very meaningful team as you will get two elements other than Geo, Anemo, or Dendro. So if you want to play her in any DPS team, you just need two elements that are different and one main DPS. And yep, that's all for the ideas of Xilonen team. She is one of the most flexible characters that we have seen in Genshin for a long time. Obviously, she has some contradictions as all of the characters cannot be Geo. So let's say instead of Arlecchino, I use Chiori and Navia.
The spin is on the case.
In this team, Shilonen will not provide any buff, but instead she will act as a sub DPS character. As you can see, if I attack enemies in her Night Soul state, when all the samplers are other than those four characters, instead of increasing her Night Soul, she will do increase normal attack. And yes, that's how you can. Oh, sorry. I did not change the team. I'm sorry for that. Okay, guys, let me go, man. Okay, they are gone. So if I use that team, where did they go? Ah, yep. So this time I will deal increased geo damage bonus, increased geo damage up to 30% to these enemies. And yep, that's the way you play her as a DPS or sub DPS for any team. So yeah, I think that will be all from Shilonen's build guide and how can you build and what type of team compositions you can use her in. She is actually a pretty fun character to play. She provides a lot of synergy with many characters, and also she is just amazing. Her character design is also pretty amazing. So if you are planning to pull for her till her banner ends, she is one of the characters which I can say at my face value that are one of the must-have characters.
Nothing to apply.
So if you are planning to go for her, definitely go for her. She will be worth every investment.
Watch out!
I mean, 100%ing every nation. She will be totally worth it. So, yep, that's all from this today's video. If you liked what you saw, subscribe to the channel. And if you would like to know more about other characters, or would you like to see more build guides of many other characters, let me know in the comment section below. So, until the next video and the next time, have a great time, guys. Bye bye.